Righty-yo, welcome back, Parade Watchers. It's time with some new history with SpongeBob SquarePants as a giant balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Finally, let's talk about his third version. We started back in 2019, where SpongeBob made his new third balloon debut. This model shows SpongeBob jumping for joy with his fist hands up with Gary on his back smiling. By the way, here's some photos of this new balloon.
And squeezing in a special moment in the spotlight, soaking up the crowd's adoration, is this brand new balloon in the likeness of the world's best known underwater sea sponge, SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob is invited along his pet snail, Gary, for his ocean-sized debut.
This year, Bikini Bottom celebrates the 20th anniversary of their Emmy Award-winning series and the television premiere of the SpongeBob musical on December 7th. And next year, a new animated movie will surface in theaters in the summer of 2020.
Here's the CBS channel version.
Sunday morning to Thanksgiving morning, and look at SpongeBob. This is one of the balloons that they were really concerned about because its overall size and its shape. 18,000 cubic feet of SpongeBob there, square. This is year number 15 for SpongeBob.
Yes, but it's a special year because for the first time ever, SpongeBob is accompanied by his pet snail, Gary.
Together they are celebrating the best year ever in honor of SpongeBob's 20th birthday.
Looks so young floating up there. I love Gary's shell. That pink coming down 6th Avenue is so beautiful. And the upcoming festivities for SpongeBob include a TV musical event this December, a new movie in the spring, spin-off animated series next summer.
And by the way, there are more than 800 internal tie lines to help SpongeBob keep his square pants shape.
Right,
really
he
tough.
needs to keep his pants square, Kevin. So he has all those interior, they can't become just a regular circle pant.
What it is?
It's gotta be a square pant. He is decked out in traditional attire, of course, and he's huge. 46 feet long, 36 feet wide, and 44 feet tall. Gary looks happy up there. I think we should catch a ride on the back of SpongeBob.
Gary's got a great spot, and I'm telling you, that's what we were trying to explain to David Allen Greer. I mean, if you really want to get in the parade, you gotta tag along with somebody. And then everything changes. But once again, you see how low the handlers are keeping the balloons, usually those balloons up much higher, floating above, many stories above the ground. But because of the winds, they don't want to take any chances. And that's important. And let's check in once again with our...
This new SpongeBob balloon will continue all year, and I don't know this balloon will retire.
All you guys belong together. Hey, let's welcome in the global pop culture phenomenon SpongeBob SquarePants and his hitchhiking pet snail, Gary. SpongeBob was the first square balloon ever created for our parade 16 years ago. Next year, this guy's universe expands with the release of the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, and the new Nickelodeon series, Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Under Years.
Yeah, the show follows a young SpongeBob and his friends as they spend the summer building underwater campfires, catching wild jellyfish, and swimming in Lake Yucky Muck at the craziest camp in the Kelp Camp Coral. All right, now let's take a peek into the world's favorite.
Here's the CBS version of the 2020 parade.
SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, SpongeBob is one of my favorites because it's just very weird to control SpongeBob coming down the street. He's one of those odd balloons, but he is also magical.
Yes, he is. And of course, he's accompanied by his trusty pet snail, Gary. We love Gary.
Last year, SpongeBob celebrated his 15th year in the parade.
And he's massive. And they were also celebrating the best year ever in honor of SpongeBob's 20th birthday. SpongeBob's look pretty good, aging pretty good,
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
By the way, 46 feet long, 36 feet wide, 44 feet tall. He really is square. More than 800 internal ties to control SpongeBob because he's square, and that's an odd balloon for the parade.
Yeah.
He is very unique, and so he is very hard to handle.
And look at those pineapples right there on the street. So cute. And
He's usually under the sea, but today, SpongeBob SquarePants is over our heads, and over SpongeBob's head is his pet snail, Gary. The show has reigned as a pop culture phenomenon since first premiering on Nickelodeon in 1989.
Have you been inhaling the balloons?
I have been.
Fans are soaking up SpongeBob's animated Bikini Bottom Adventures as the award-winning series is seen in more than 150 countries. And this year, the SpongeBob universe expanded to include 2 new spin-off series, Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Under Years, and The Patrick Star Show.
And so Nelly is one of those people who's also crossed over, and gone country. Whoa!
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob!
Man.
Always love seeing SpongeBob. And SpongeBob is really unique because it's one of the only square balloons. And so that's what makes him different. And it takes more helium to fill him up. He returns to the parade for year number 17. Can you believe that? Look at him right over your head.
I know. I have a 3-year-old nephew, so, I'm familiar with SpongeBob.
Oh, who isn't? He's an icon. And, of course, he's on the back there. You see his ever-loyal companion, Gary the snail, his little pet. So cute. He is 46 feet long, 36 feet wide, 44 feet tall.
And
he's huge.
I got to tell you, I saw Wilson when he first came up here. He was standing there watching the balloons go by, and he couldn't stop smiling. He just couldn't stop. He was like, whoa.
It's just...
Nickelodeon's SpongeBob SquarePants has invited his pet snail, Gary, to ride along today and help soak up all the adulation. Next year, the expanded SpongeBob universe will present its first ever crossover TV special as characters from SpongeBob SquarePants and spin-offs Camp Coral, SpongeBob's Under Years, and The Patrick Star Show come together for the Title Zone special. This bright yellow sea sponge, who's mentioned every 4 seconds on social media, is one of pop culture's true icons.
Well,
Lastly, here's a CPS version of the 2022 parade.
This is why you come to New York City. It is great for all you folks watching at home, but this is the energy of the crowd, guys. Let's go back to you guys.
This is why you come to SpongeBob right behind us right now. SpongeBob SquarePants flying high above the city. Yes, and he measures in at 46 feet long, 36 feet wide, and 44 feet tall. More than 800 internal tie lines help to pull SpongeBob into that square shape. One of the toughest balloons to fly.
Yes, and the heaviest as well. SpongeBob and, of course, Gary on his back are among the heaviest known balloons in the parade's history, a total of 896 pounds. That is a lot of SpongeBob. Of course, he weighs nothing when he's under the sea because he floats.
And you see, on a clear day like this, it's smooth sailing, especially for the volunteers. This is great. There are no tense faces.
No.
Everybody's enjoying a walk through the city at a pretty fast pace.
And it's amazing to have SpongeBob here in New York City because, of course, SpongeBob was turned into a Broadway show in the Tony Award-nominated SpongeBob SquarePants, the Broadway musical.
Yeah.
And, SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the sea. But today, he came out from under the sea, and he is floating along the streets of New York City, looking great. And what
I like all the versions of the SpongeBob balloon. It's literally the best, and I hope you have a good Christmas, and I don't know what year this balloon will retire, but thanks for watching and Merry Christmas.